a difficult question you're asking, because if one could change history, there were so many things we'd want to change.
If it's about pain, then let's discuss it.
Kill the Boer, kill the farmer.
Is a very well-known liberation chant or song.
That in post-apartheid South Africa is now attributed to Peter Mokaba.
It was sung a lot by liberation movements, by ordinary people on the ground.
It is historically a song that was used as many songs, you know, by MK or by the broader struggle.
The way the song has remained in public consciousness has been through the oral tradition and the tradition of handing things down.
And that's really part of the memory of where that song comes from.
And then, of course, today it's been revived a little bit by Julius Malema.
And so, because he sings it, it takes on a certain controversy that I suspect would not be there if it was sung by someone else.
You know, my perspective is only from an outsider, but from what it seems, from what I've read, there's definitely a lot of baggage still associated with that song, and even in just mentioning it, it definitely leaves room to make a lot of people feel uncomfortable.
The song is saying kill the Boer. I don't think the singer means kill the Boer. I don't think it means that. I mean, there's a song of Abdullah Ibrahim where it goes, hit and run, freedom comes from the barrel of a gun. I can't sing, but it goes, move like a ghost, hit them where it hurts the most, boss, here's your morning toast, hit and run. Does that mean Abdullah Ibrahim is like calling on every domestic worker to kill their boss? Because that's a simplistic interpretation. It doesn't. It's a mobilizing song. It's got an element of humor and exaggeration in it, hyperbole, to try and say, look, if we were organized, we have some power. So in the same way, Tubula Ibunu, it's to do with
the fear of being killed because you're white. If you're the kind of white person from anywhere in the world who thinks you'll be killed in South Africa for being white, you're not going to come anyway, whether people sing the song or not. That image is created by more than just the song, right?
Okay, I feel very firmly, and Knox will, having read the book, will support me in this. I do not believe that seeing violence or hearing violence makes people commit acts of violence.
Look, the words kill the Boer, kill the farmer are violent in the sense that if you take it literally, it advocates injury against a group of people on the face of a justified basis. But of course you have to contextualize it and ask yourself, who would the average black South African, when they hear the song being sung by Julius Malema, go and find a weapon of mass destruction and go into a white suburb and kill people?
It's always so uncertain. I mean, with that song, if you're looking at it literally, you would say that it says, pick up a gun and do ABC.
Me, I may be wise to know that, like, when Malema says, like, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, it meaning, like, kill the oppressor, kill the apartheid. But for other people who won't be aware of those things, so they may do it physically.
So why shouldn't people sing it? Why shouldn't people sing it for reasons of memory, for reasons of nostalgia, for reasons of No,
I think it's inappropriate to sing it currently. It would be appropriate to sing it at the funeral because it is a song with an historic place.
You don't stop singing a song once you have won a certain battle that the song used to be associated with. If someone wants to have a trip down memory lane, then let them sing the song.
Remembering history doesn't necessarily have to be hurtful, and looking forward doesn't necessarily mean that you have to forget. But I think that there comes a point where in order for us all to live together, there definitely has to be some type of understanding, and no one should be made to feel bad or feel resented because of something that they can't control.
Why do we only have to sing that song like a record that's stuck, that just goes round and round? Is that all we can say about ourselves now in the world? Because if that's all we can say, we're not doing ourselves justice and we're not doing the liberation struggle justice.
One can appreciate why they feel threatened, because if you have lyrics that say,
kill the fucking Boer, kill him, stuff him up, that's fine, it's okay.
You're going to start getting scared. But the question at the end of the day is whether those feelings are justified, and certainly whether they justify banning the song. And we would need to prove that the song is in danger of becoming a catalyst for violence.
He's been singing the song. Nobody, including the people that he sings it with and to, including the people to whom, Malema is like a rock star. These people are not going out and killing any white people. So if it's supposed to incite, it's failing quite spectacularly.
Now, we can't shut down all disagreements, and we can't shut down our ability to speak about the past. But we do need leaders from all communities, different political positions, who think through kind of some of the consequences of calling on cultural symbols of the past in order to seep into, to infuse the present.
Having said that, I do believe that there is also gross opportunism on the part of Malema. Okay, I think the song, I don't think you should ban the song, but I also think that Malema is being very opportunistic given the larger kind of manifestation of power that he's part of.
There's a number of reasons one can speculate why the song is still being sung by the ANC Youth League, for example. I mean, one reason is just for political strategy. It's got nothing to do with white people. I don't think the ANC Youth League cares about white people, quite frankly.
But I think the way the Youth League are using it, I think they're just being provocative. I think they're trying to provoke. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do, but I think the way they're using it currently is not appropriate.
Julius Malema is far less important than we make him out to be. The problems that we have from a race point of view are problems we've always had before the boy was born, and they're problems that will continue to exist even if he had to die of a heart attack tomorrow.
That in fact, I would think that the real threat in the song Post-Apartheid is in its figurative meanings. Because if you insist on singing the song today, you're saying something about today and about how that song continues to be relevant. And yet everything we know about post-apartheid South Africa, about how it's imagined, about the memory or amnesia project, says that we've had a complete rupture. So it's very provocative because it says maybe there are structures of white supremacy that continue to plague South Africa, and so perhaps the struggle is not over.
It's no use just saying the whites have still got the power, the whites are still in control. It's a kind of myth. We've just got to get on with what we've got to do, which is what I'm trying to do by trying to understand what people are trying to say through song.
We do live in a democracy. I think we should sing it, we can sing it for whatever purposes that people find it kind of working towards. Sing it as part of recognizing, of celebrating, of remembering this important history that it comes from. Sing it as part of marking that. Sing it as part of pointing to the continuities of inequality and the growing inequality.
Freedom of speech is a very, very solid and valuable aspect of any free society. But I think that in keeping with an open mind, especially in the sense of progression, that there has to be a certain understanding and a leverage for equality. And in the sense that if any type of speech is made to threaten or harm another individual, it really isn't fair for all of humanity to isolate any one person.
But a lot of these things are not only race issues, they're also class issues.
Exactly.
They are both, they're not one or the other. For example, the fastest growing gap between rich and poor people are not between rich whites and poor blacks. It's actually between rich blacks and poor blacks.
If you are brilliant enough, if you are brilliant enough, why don't you give me something so that I can eat with you?
No, but
Or else not eat to share with you. Why don't you give me something to share with you?
Exactly. Exactly. The poor. What about the poor? What about equality? Earn your tenders. Don't get them behind your, out of your friends' pockets.
So there are new kinds of struggle in the new South Africa, and most of it have to do with the quality of life of the average person.
I would like to hear what other songs Malema knows. I would like to hear him composing songs about Hambani niyohlolwa, hambani niyohlolwa, something like that. Or aweka manzi, sifuna manzi. That's what I would like, instead of this all the time. There are plenty of other things to sing about.
And when you put it like that, you actually begin to see again why linking the song with the fears of white people really misses the point about the wider list of things that are also important that the song is about, that have little to do with whether or not a white person should be killed, literally, but it's got more to do with the frustrations of black people.
Because people wouldn't mind about killing the farmer or killing what and this and that if we were economically free. But like now, we don't have economy. We are poor. We're selling on the streets. Most of the people are hustling. They don't like making life fair as farmers. So that's why it goes back to farmers, the planters, because I think everything begins from the plantation. Yeah.
Those days, we were too much irritated by the Afrikaners. I was, by birth, born to be a genius. I was too fucking clever to be bullied by anyone. Even now, I am too fucking clever.
I think it was just an unbelievably painful time, and the pain is still there. Maybe that's what people have to recognize. Pain does not just go away when we become a rainbow nation. It does not. That's why all the talk about the rainbow nation was, in a sense, taking us down the wrong road. You have to keep looking at pain, and you have to keep talking about pain. And maybe even President Maggie didn't talk about pain enough. You've got to accept pain. So have the song. Have other songs.
Oh,
in the present that is going to last very long. We're not simply rebuilding a society. We are every day undoing and unmaking and rethinking the legacy of apartheid. One can apologize, but that won't be enough, because the past is not gone. We just live with it. And as white South Africans, we also just have to live with that burden.
Ukufa akufi, akucabangi, akuceli, akuncengi, akufi ukufa. Ukufa akufi, akudangali, akudeli.